Hello folks, it's been a slight change of plan over the last couple of days. I think last footage I was showing you was sorting out the filler on the paint upstairs, but at the same time I was doing that, the weather really changed, temperatures dropped. It hadn't even dawned on me that it might be too cold to paint in there, but it is, so I can't get the second coat done, and subsequently the rest of the painting. So after a bit of scrambled thinking, we decided it's time to work on getting some heat in the barn. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my pals Jock, Dave and Rob had an epic day 2 years ago driving up to sort of around the Aberdeen area. I can't remember the name of the town now. Anyway, we bought a second-hand log gasification boiler, which is an almighty great thing, which was still in use. Well, it wasn't in use, but it was still plumbed in, so we had to go up and sort of decommission it and then bring it home, which involved two vans and a trailer and a lot of huffing and puffing. Put the light on in the bar, in the shed. It's been sitting in here for all that time ever since. It's a mighty great thing. Well, there's that there is that's just the pressure vessel. That's the boiler itself, and then underneath there is a steel tank that is 7 foot tall and 4 foot diameter. So the plan is, and that's going to fire, that's a log boiler, so it just burns wood and it heats the tank. It heats the tank of water, and then there's coils inside that tank at different positions, because the heat of the water kind of stratifies the water, so the hottest stuff goes to the top and the cooler stuff stays at the bottom. So you take your hot water right off the top, there's a coil at the top, and then there's a coil halfway down, well not halfway down but lower, where you take radiators, and then the bottom one is the one you use for underfloor heating. Now originally when we decided we were going to get this, the plan was it was going to go in the utility room, until we realised that actually we can't get it in the utility room, the tank's too big, can't get it through the door. So we're going to put it in the steel shed that's around the back of the barn. You'll have seen in a few videos, it's the one I was walking across the top of whenever I was doing the roof on the back. It's part of an old workshop that was once here that is no more, and it's that building there. Well, I think calling it a building is a bit of an exaggeration, but anyway, it's been storing loads of gear for ages, and so yesterday I started clearing that out. There's a concrete, it's probably very dark in here, there's a concrete base down, which we put in soon after we arrived. There's an old sofa, loads of stuff needs dumping, but that's where it's going to go, and this is where all the pipe work for the underfloor heating etc comes out. So that's what I'm working on. We've got to get a water supply to there, so my pal Stephen is coming over on Saturday with his digger, and he's going to dig a trench. That could be an interesting video, because we don't exactly know where the water supply runs. We're pretty sure it runs along the back of the barn here somewhere, because it's definitely under the porter cabin. There's a branch there where we take water to the porter cabin and off to the caravan, so it runs somewhere along the back. So Stephen does happen to have divining skills. I've seen it in action, so I'm hoping he's going to be able to find it, so that might make an interesting video when we do that. So we've got to get that pipe through to there, which means digging a channel out the back. I mean, it is an utter mess out here. There's parts of the old roof there, an oil tank, a boat, which happens to be Stephen's anyway. Simon's really cracked on with the doorway. It's partly covered up now with Hessian because it's cold. But he'll be back on that shortly. I think the lintels will be going on today. I think the lintel we've managed to salvage. It's actually a windowsill, but we're going to turn it upside down, and that's why I've cut these grooves in it so they act as a drip. So that should go in today. Lovely old bit of sandstone, limestone lintel. And of course, there's no point putting the heating on in the barn if it's just going to go straight out the doorways. So that's the next thing that I'm working on, is getting this doorway prepared to put the last door in, which has meant so far I've just built this section up at the bottom. It's going to be a new membrane come down on there, and then that's going to get built up, and then that stone there is going to go on as a sill, which then completes that opening, and the door can be fitted. That door is this one here. It's a bit dark in here, can't see anything, can you? Yeah, so there's a door on the side light, that'll go in there. Then we'll block that doorway up with, I'll put a temporary frame and some Celotex insulation in there, and the same with that window up there, the hayloft window at the south end of the barn. Again, I'll put in a temporary frame and some insulation until we can get a door and a window for those two holes. But that means we can get the underfloor heating starting to warm up gently, get a bit of warmth in here. And it's a shame if we got on so well at the weekend getting that all painted up there, and thought I was going to get it all painted this week, because the white is just a mist coat really. I thought we'd be able to get that done and get the colour on, but the weather has put paid to that. The last thing I want to do is paint when it's too cold and then have problems down the line because it's peeling or blistering or whatever. So that's the change of plan. I'm going to try and get that seal done today. Simon will have the lintel on, carry on clearing the back, and then hopefully the team are going to get the band back together. Jock, Dave and Rob hopefully are coming over next Tuesday, along with Rory and his telehandler, hopefully, because there's no way we're moving any of that gear by hand. It needs lifting with a machine. So could be an interesting few days. What a great thing to have some warmth in there, which means I'll be able to just do the rest of the build through the winter without any numb fingers. That'd be nice, and it'd be good for the plastering and tiling and everything that's got to go on in there downstairs. So we even had a carpet man come yesterday to have a look at upstairs and price up a cut for a carpet, so that's how close we're getting up there. Anyway, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Time to have a good day.
We're going to have to stand it up
Before it goes in.
before it goes in.
Good luck.
Some sort of strap there, Joe, isn't it?
Once it was stood up, could you put your forks in there and lift it?
Once it's off the pallet,
you want it standing on
I'd
the
want it
pallet?
standing up so I can put the fork straight through.
Yeah, yeah.
Just lift it enough.
Yeah.
Just
We got a strap around this end.
so.
Yeah.
I've got a strap. But with the weight of it, I don't want to damage any of these pipes.
No, you would think there would be a lifting point of some sort. I mean, yeah, you can't even slide it.
Yeah. See, I'm wondering if we put something in there, across the way.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then lift and put the strap through it.
Put the strap through it.
So like a little bit of short bit of scaffold tube or something.
Yeah. And then that would hopefully lift it.
Yeah. Exactly. Good shout. I'll find a bit of scaffold tube.
Aye. So you're talking about. I don't know. 8 inches. That and a wee bit.
Okay.
I've only got a tape with me.
I think put the other in there as well. Oh, God, there's a bit of finger line.
You go in here. I would prefer to go in there. Yeah. So that then it'll not just fall off.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Easy as that. Too high. Just got to cut the shed apart to get it in now.
See if it does the same for you in the same place. I mean, it's really obvious. same every time. Is it underneath the cross or is it where I'm standing? Looks like it's about there. So I've got to get a supply into there, so I figure I can get a trench just to the edge and I'll just have to break some concrete out.
10 seconds. Cut it with still so. We're just doing an angle here.
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, once we found it, yeah.
I'll take from there back to it.
Okay. I can't believe that.
I was told there's a wee electrical current just coming off the wall.
I would have thought you would have gone 4 hours down, something like that, wouldn't you?
No.
How about that?
I could feel it getting softer there.
Yeah, and we didn't even break it. It's perfect.
You're wanting that trench in.
Exactly. That works a treat. Yeah. Well, the sun's below the mountains now, but we're still digging. Found the pipe nicely. Trying to get through the concrete into the shed now. Probably getting there. Beautiful day today, cold but sun's out, not a cloud in the sky, absolutely beautiful. Here we go, about to make the connection for the water to the barn. Having dug this out yesterday, did a little bit of divining. What a great thing that is. I didn't know how real it was, but it worked. It absolutely worked. And so now just got to cut the pipe. I've turned the, because we have a pressurised system here, somewhere near the right place. We have a pressurised system on our water, so there's a tank that fills by gravity from the hill, and then it comes out of there into a filtration system, and there's a pump within the filtration system, so which is set to, I don't know, I think it's set to about 3 bar, something like that. and as soon as the pressure drops below 3 bar, pump kicks in. So when you open the tap, it sends water to wherever it's needed. It's great. So anyway, the pump's off because I've just drained the other caravan down, because we have actually burst a boiler in that caravan before now. In fact, that was the reason for the very first video we ever did, Extreme Croft Plumbing. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the corner of the screen. It's our very, very first video, 4 years ago now, I think. So yeah, just got to cut this through, clean it up, and put this T connector in, which I didn't have, and I just made a couple of phone calls, and then whilst making the phone call to Rory, standing by my water tank, I realised there was one on the water tank that I could actually rob, because it wasn't being used at the moment. It will be used, so I'll need to replace it, but it means I can get this on for now, which is great. Nice. There we go. Tricky bit. In the tight piping. Oh, pretty good.
Shall I put this on here for you?
Please.
Alright.
Yep.
Is Stephen coming?
Yeah.